No, it didn't have the bars.
It was muted. Oh, okay.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first edition of Extracurricular Activities for Season 3. I'm your host, Headmaster Red, not joined by PVS this time. Instead, I'm joined
I'm
by.
taking PVS's place.
Yep. Ivar has actually killed PVS, like, like literally murdered him, and is now
Nah.
taking his spot. And also with us, we have the wonderful, wonderful Mr. E-Girl Bender from
The undefeated champion of the world, Eagle Bender. Thank you.
Yes. Technically 1-1 in finals.
No, that
But
wasn't me. That was my little brother playing.
oh, okay, okay.
Confirmed
Uh,
account sharing.
yeah, confirmed account sharing. Uh, so for people who don't know, this show we're just going to go and do power rankings for every single team and division, and then at the end, usually we have the predictions already done, but kind of was running behind today, so just gonna do them live. So that'll be fun. But yeah, of course, we're gonna start with freshmen first. You're welcome, lol,
Before
Whitey
we
Max.
before we start,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Red, I don't know who's hanging out in chat, but can we get some hearts for Red in chat? He just finished the first season of their lower league, and it was a banger. I know a lot of people are here for the League of Legends stuff, but we really need to appreciate what he's doing for the Legends of Runeterra scene, innovating and creating a league for the community. So I just want to give my appreciation to him.
Oh, what the fuck? That was so nice.
No problem. But yeah, now we can start with these freshmen.
Okay,
Yeah, nothing but flame from
Pressure.
here on out.
Okay, good. That's what the show is all about, is flame. So like being wholesome is just kind of weird, champ. But start us off. You like I said, PBS isn't here, but he decided to do his like mail-in voting. So he went ahead and sent me his power rankings, and they are here. So for people in the freshman division, congratulations, you're first. You get to dip out early if you don't want to watch the whole thing. But for freshman Division 1, starting off with the first place tie between Big Duck Entourage and TD Shadow. Both teams just kind of pretty nuts with it, to be honest. TD Shadow had a bye week, so that's why I personally ranked them lower than BDE. But BDE was they're 4-1. They beat Snack Bears and RAR, which I think RAR is a pretty decent team. I got them at 4th, and PVS has them at 3rd. And so I think pretty straightforward here for the top two. My guests probably won't have much to say about the freshman division because they don't personally play in it. But the rest of the division is kind of just early on. A lot of these power rankings kind of just boiled down to who's beating who and who's not beating who. So for example, RAR's 1-1. They beat Nameless and they lost to BDE. So they lost to a good team and they beat a bad team. So how good are they really? But as we go on, Infinite Solo Q 4th, Hyperion Galaxy 5th, Snack Bear 6th, and Nameless Revenant 7th. So Egrobender, as our resident freshman expert, how do you feel about these power rankings?
I think they're looking pretty good. I think any team in freshman could destroy junior teams. Actually, I looked a little bit at freshmen before coming on this show because I know you guys needed my expertise on everything.
Wow.
And
so nice.
Yeah, TDS looks pretty good. They've only played one game, but it looked pretty dominant. And wait, is Shogun in here?
Shogun's in Division 2.
Oh, I see. Shogun was the other team that looked pretty decent.
Yeah, Shogun is the powerhouse of Division 2. We'll talk about that in a second. But TD Shadow's looking pretty good. They got some big names on that team. Jesus Juice 13, Arcs Knights, and then on the bench they have the Merit Lodge, which is that guy's nuts. So the fact that he's sitting on the bench is kind of insane for that team. And then same thing for BDE. I mean, BDE is kind of this was a finalist team last season, and a lot of the same players have stayed. So some have been upgrades, some have been downgrades. But BDE's if they've made finals with most of this roster last season, you should expect them to repeat. That's just my opinion. But yeah, Ivar, any thoughts?
No, I didn't really look too heavily into freshmen, especially this early in the season. It's really hard to tell who's gonna separate themselves from the pack. Usually at week 4 and week 5, we can kind of see that clear separation between the top teams and the bottom teams and who's going to be making it towards playoffs. But right now, even if teams have had a bad start, doesn't mean their chances for making playoffs are over just yet. They can really turn their season around, get some more practice in, and look to get some wins in the next couple of weeks.
Wow, spoken like a true neutralist. Okay, now moving on to Division 2. We're just gonna do a little transition there, There you go, guys. At the top, Shogun 2077. No surprise here from the people who have been paying attention to freshmen. E7 Pearl in 2nd, Goon Squad Gaming Iota in 3rd, Enigma Unknown in 4th, Crystal Cave Gaming in 5th, and then Temporal Image and QG Pawns tied for last.
Wait, you put Shogun at 2, number 2, rank 2.
I did. I do think that Shogun 2077 is a powerhouse, but E7P, they're going to have a pretty good start to the season, I think. They have hot take. They have kind of cupcake opponents until week 6. So I expect them fully to go 5-0, and they're kind of a big question mark, but they beat.
Wait,
what?
They have cupcake opponents until week 6. That's like half the league. That's half the That's half the teams. What do you mean?
No. Like they got a bye week 1, right? They beat a tough.
Okay.
They beat a tough Enigma Unknown team week 2, and then the next 3 weeks are gonna be kind of easy, in my opinion.
Right.
So,
I see.
Yeah, so it's only like, yeah, you're right. It's about half the league. I mean, these are hot takes. Like that's why I said I don't think a lot of these teams in this division are that good. I could be proven wrong. I think the top 4 are kind of set in my mind, and then the order just kind of changes for Division 2 at least.
And what week do you know what week Shogun and E7 play?
It's week 6. That's why I said they have cupcakes.
I see.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really far into the season.
Yeah. I mean, we could be talking about potential first place match for that division, which would be a lot of playoff implications. First seed so much better than second seed. You would know since you're like perennial first seed, like how good having first seed is. So, okay. So I guess we can move on to, the kind of juicier part of the stream. Sorry, freshmen. I know you guys love to be talked about, but and I'll drop these power rankings in your chat so you can spam it and tell me how we're wrong.
Just name one freshman player so you can boost his ego.
Actually, I was requested to say something about one specific player, and that is that Tafiki is not the best jungler in freshman. Sorry,
he is not.
He's not the best.
It's Jesus juice for sure.
It's 100% Jesus juice. His swag's up there too, but Tafiki, you're not the best. I'm sorry, brother.
Isn't Key playing also in this league?
Yeah, Key's playing. For Zenyu, and he's pretty good too. So.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that's rough, Tafiki. I'm sorry. But make sure to invite me to your bar mitzvah or whatever, because I think you're like 12 and a half now, right? So
12 and a half. 12 and a half eating cupcakes. Okay.
All right, now moving on to sophomore. The first of 2 classes with 32 teams, so 4 divisions, 8 teams each. Starting off with Division 1, Ivar, I know you've been riding the bench, but you are in sophomore. So I would love your opinions on this. But we're going to start off with, in first place, we have Fever. Second place, TT Passion. Third place, Red Panda Cubs. Tied for 4th, we have Collective Calamity and DZG Elysium. 6th, Literal Monkeys Water. 7th, Enigma Singularity. And 8th, The Donut Shop Glazed. So, Ivar, how are you feeling about any of these teams?
I think. Hold on, let me make sure I'm not trolling here.
Mm-hmm.
I think Literal Monkeys Water is not represented properly here. I think the clear best 2 teams in this division are Fever and TT Passion, and those are the 2 teams that Literal Monkeys have played already. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes.
I think they even took a game off both of them, which shows that they are definitely in contention for that upper echelon top 4 spot in this division. So I think their representation right now is not true. I think as the weeks go on, they'll move up in those standings as they play some of these other teams. Yeah,
I actually agree. That's why I placed them 4th on my personal rankings, because I think they're pretty good. I don't know if I would say I ranked TT Passion 2nd, but I don't really know if I would say they're the second best team in this division. I think they had they played against NS, which is I don't think a very strong team right now, and they've gone 2-1 in both series. It does say 4-1, but they're actually 4-2. I think as time goes on, we'll see maybe Collective Calamity take one of those top spots, and then Literal Monkeys Water, as time goes on, they'll be playing not the best teams in the division anymore, so that they should start racking up some wins.
Yeah, but I think we both can agree here that Fever is probably clear favorite for first seed coming out of this division.
Yeah, I mean the roster is pretty stacked, right? They have Stubby, they have Okina, they have Fire Streaks, they have A-Ward. It's a pretty stacked team for that division. So I wouldn't be surprised if they keep this dominance up all season. But
definitely a lot of experience on those players you mentioned. So that's my take on Division 1 at least.
Okay. Ego Bender, any thoughts?
Yeah, I'm just surprised that you and PVS agree on number 1 and number 8, which feels great for number 1, feels very bad for number 8. But everything else seems very. It can change a lot. Very volatile.
Yeah.
Especially number 2 and 3. Your assessment of these, both of your guys' assessment of these teams is very, very different. 2 and 4, 5 and 2. So I think it'll be pretty interesting to at least see those two teams. I mean, I guess 4 and 4 as well. 3, 6, 6, 3. Yeah, you guys are like not agreeing on anything except 1 and 8.
The thing that PVS does though is he ranks teams based on their logos. I'm pretty sure he's still doing that. So I don't know if we really want to take. I don't know what he's off and on, but sometimes.
Well, I like Red Panda Cubs. That should be number 1, right? That's a great logo.
He has
that
number
is
2.
A pretty good logo.
Very true. Yeah. Smart.
I will say though, the Red Pandas second, pretty copium, in my opinion. Hot take. Sorry, Red Pandas team. They just lost to Enigma Singularity, who in my mind is like 7th. So yeah, putting them at second is pretty copium in my opinion. And
my former teammate is on there. Mr. Vulgai is now the jungler for Red Panda Cubs, if I'm not wrong.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Yes. So they should get better.
Nah, they're going to lose.
They're going to lose. Is that Vulgai from Gooby's Guardians? Like the infamous Gooby's Guardians?
No. That's from Hades.
Oh, okay. From Hades.
Vulgai.
Okay.
Yeah. From the infamous Hades.
Okay. Well, I think that wraps up.
Well, we have to pick a random player. Also, I want to mention someone in chat said TT Passion Fire icon. It's pretty good, but the name TT, I mean, come on, that's
true.
A little sus. But I will pick a player from TT Passion. Chess Yi, is that TT Passion? Chess Yi, you have fingers, and I respect that.
Okay. I also have a request here. Streamer mode. They can apparently hear every single ping.
Yes. Streamer mode coming, boys. Sorry. This is what it's like to be a TO. This is how many pings you get. So just keep that in mind if you're ever thinking about getting into it. Where's streamer mode, by the way? Definitely done this before.
Click on settings, and then there's a big thing that says streamer mode under app settings.
You're right. Okay. Oh, streamer
does streamer mode activate the voice changer?
Oh yeah. It does.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Okay. So sorry about the billion notifications. They should be turned off now. But like I said, you ever want to be a TO, just expect to get that many notifications all the time. All right. Very cool. So moving. Oh, you wanted to pick out one player, Division 1. That's easy.
Mm-hmm.
It's Bully for sure. If CC is gonna be if Collective Calamity is gonna be successful, it's on Bully. That's my hot take.
That's the support?
Yeah. Okay. I'm glad everyone agrees and it's definitely not fighting me on that. Cool. I feel like that was pretty easily contestable, but you know what? I'll take it. Moving on to Division 2. Moving on to Division 2. We have your team, Ivar, CB Ibiza at the top, unanimous number 1, and then Clown Gaming Gotham at second, Literal Monkey's Grass at third, tied for third, Eden's Cherry Blossoms. Fifth is BDE Ravens, sixth Ergodum Reformed, seventh Evo Evergarden, and eighth Shogun Warriors Gold. So any surprises, anything like... I think the 1 and 2 are very obvious, but any surprises from then up there on?
No, I think this division, how it's set up here, is what I think it's going to end actually.
Oh, you think these top 4 are what's going to be?
Yeah. I think Eden's Cherry Blossoms. I don't want to even bring it up. Yeah, no, I think this is it. I think maybe BD Ravens can turn something around and go for that fourth spot, but definitely the top two, top three seem pretty locked for me.
Yeah, I think
Uh,
BDE Ravens is one of those teams, um, like Monkey Water. I think they're very similar, and the fact that
yeah,
BDE Ravens had to play CBI and CGG in the first 2 weeks, and even though that CBI series was a 2-0, that one was on stream. If you guys haven't seen it, you should watch it. It was a banger. That was a pretty close series. It was probably one of the closest 2-0s we've ever seen. Um, and BDE Ravens, they're dangerous. They're 0-2 right now, but they feel dangerous, and that's why I think we have them at fifth. Me and PVS.
yeah, I could agree with that. Um, I just want to put it on record here. I'm on the bench of Ibiza here, and I can confidently say we are not dropping a game this regular season
Very nice.
Not even a CGG.
Because you're on the bench, right? That's
because
what you
I'm on the
meant?
bench. You know what? Even our bench could probably
Oh my.
make playoffs. That's how stacked that roster is.
Jeez. I look forward to
Anyways,
your week 7 match. If you're still undefeated going into CGG, could be a first place bout right there. You never know. You know, teams progress; they get better over the season. That's probably That's probably the worst opponent to have as your last week opponent, to be honest. So, uh, you know, good luck. Good luck is what I'll say. Oh wait,
thank you.
here's a question. Do
Yeah.
you might not drop a game this season, but do you think you'll play a game this season? like you specifically?
I doubt it. Who knows? I'm there if they need me. Um,
Yeah,
but
they won't
I
need you.
think I think this roster has pretty consistent schedules of when they play. Very serious about comp play, so I don't think they're going to need a sub. I'm more of a emergency situation that they can pull in if they need it. You know, the multi-role silver one talent myself can come
The
in at a
God
moment's
Varys.
notice. The silver one ADC gapping your favorite plat bot laners. That's all I'll leave it at.
Yeah, I think they would have to bench Waka to play you because you're both exception players, right?
Yeah,
And
that's
I
where it
don't
gets
think that's
tricky.
gonna happen. So
Nope.
because that
The
guy
only way
is
is if Waka is not here.
yeah,
Then maybe we
that
can
guy
get
is like
creative.
killing it right now. So I wouldn't be surprised if he just doesn't leave. But you know, like Ecro Bender says, we need to highlight one player in this group. Who's it gonna be, Ivar? You get to choose.
Um, I Warhead, my former teammate from Zeus here on Literal Monkeys Grass, the jungler, the Udyr prodigy. I love that guy. I miss playing with him, so I'm gonna give him a little shout out here.
All right, cool, very cool, very cool. Now on to Division 3.
And there's so many rosters. My
I know there's
head.
so many teams, guys. Like Division 3 of Sophomore. Remember, there's like 6 more after we finish Sophomore. So just strap in, guys. Strap in. Sophomore Division 3, tied for first, Imperial Gaming and TA Revolution. In third, we have Rivals. And tied for fourth, we have Rar's Coin Flip and the Island Boys. Number 6, Nameless Asylum. Number 7, To the Moon Samantha. And number 8, Eden's Tiger Lilies. That's a hard name to say. Eden's Tiger Lilies. This is probably like the most straightforward division so far in Sophomore. Like just from 1 to 8. Like for group 2 you can say 1 to 3 like pretty confidently, and then the rest. But here it feels like 1 to 8 is kind of straightforward. And I think me and PVS align on a lot of these teams.
Yeah.
I agree.
Um,
Um, I'm trying to see when week 6 TA Revolution versus Imperial Gaming. That's gonna be a banger game.
I think next week, Island Boys versus TA Revolution. Island Boys took over for the team that got CR'd. They came in so that they immediately take a 0-2 from IG. Just off of FF. They come in, they beat To the Moon Samantha. They have a really good chance to like prove how good of a team they are against TA Revolution this week. And if they beat them, then we're talking about like what could have been? What if Island Boys were playing since week 1? Would they have been Imperial? That kind of situation. So I think that'll be fun to see how that shakes out this week. And then yeah, other than that, I think everybody else is kind of a known quantity, right, at this point.
Yep.
Cool.
Now you got to pick a player.
Oh, pick a player. Oh, who else could it be? Who else could it be but the man himself, Doki FTW from Roar's Coin Flip? This man, let me tell you something about Doki. He's not taking Flash. Okay, so just be ready for that. He plays jungle. He might not even take Smite. Okay, but he is gonna gank your ass like 85 times, and it's either gonna work and they're gonna win, or or he's just gonna run it down. So that guy, I mean, it's very apt to their name, very coin flip across the board. So I'm excited to see how it goes. He promised, like, he was talking to me in DMs about how, like, they're gonna try so hard in RA this season, and they put in the best roster that RAR had, or something like that. So starting off 1-1, not the best look for RAR, but they did lose to TA Revolution. So, like, maybe once they find their footing, they'll start beating the better teams.
Fair assessment.
But I don't know. Like, there's gonna be a situation with RAR this season where they're gonna, like, do some role bullshit, and it's like, oh god. So I'm waiting for that to happen. But other than that, we can move straight into Sophomore Division 4.
There's another one?
Yep, 4 divisions, dude. At the top, TA Gambit. Second place, Pink Sprouts. Third place, Ragnarok Esports. Fourth place, TD Harmony. Fifth, Wash U Green. That's Wash University Green in St. Louis, I think. It's not even in Washington. And Legion Gaming and Enigma Infinity. First impressions of this division is it's got the signature, It's got the TA team at the top and the Zenigma team at the bottom. That's just become so signature of RA. Zenigma always has a team at the bottom. TA always has a team at the top. But yeah, I think 1 through 3 though are kind of debatable. They're all 2-0 right now. Ragnarok did get an FF, but right now it looks like everybody in the division is going to get an FF. So, right now, I think most people are more favoring TA Gambit because Pink Sprout's roster is kind of a mess, but they still win. So,
I found it on good authority today that Ridley Prime is making his return this week for Pink Sprouts. I think if he becomes a consistent staple to the roster, Pink Sprouts takes this division. But with that being said, you cannot count out TA Gambit. Like you said, a lot of experienced players on there. Caxie's there, Joey's there, Trucks Adam. A lot of players who have a lot of playoff experience and comp experience, which I think goes a long way towards the back end of leagues.
I will say that if Ridley Prime plays, then that means Corrido gets benched, and therefore I can no longer root for Pink Sprouts because I can't see my boy Corrido on the bench like that. That's not right. Who's going to play Victor? Victor pick rate will go to 0 in this league, and I just can't allow that to happen. But yeah, I think that's a good person to highlight for this division, Ridley Prime. He was on OMTZ, right?
Yep, he was on Zeus with me.
And did he get like MVP or something? Or I feel
like
he won,
I believe
like,
he was
All-Stars or something.
He was All-Stars top lane. I think 3 of that team was. 2 of that team was. I wasn't, obviously. I'm not good at this game. But Ridley and I think Chitin also were All-Stars.
Okay, cool. Egro Bender, any final thoughts on Sophomore before we move right into Junior?
No thoughts, but I was looking at the scoreboard and I saw that one of the players on Island Boys is named Mike Wazowski. Loved you in Monsters Inc. Loved you in Rule 34. Hope you guys do good.
Okay.
I don't think I've seen that second one.
Oh, you haven't?
We'll link that
Pretty
for
good.
later. Kappa.
Okay, moving on to Junior Division 1. And we're going to start it off with Dorado Gaming Sigma in first place. Team Dusk and Shade in second. Shadows in third. Rodham Crowstorm in fourth. VBU Monster Mash in fifth. Mint Gaming Chip and Dude Bro Gaming and OMT Athena all tied for sixth. Yo, how did that happen? That's crazy. First impressions? Don't think anybody's surprised that Dorado's at the top. That team is like insanely stacked. They got a kind of easy division. There are some good teams in this division, but I think they got a pretty free ride to playoffs.
Oh, this is the Athena group?
Yeah.
Sheesh. Feels bad.
Yeah, I know.
Dorado, they look okay, I guess. I think there's actually a surprising amount of teams in Junior that stream. Really appreciate that. I know our ROTM streams. I saw one of their streams. Pretty sure Dorado streams. Saw one of their streams. They look pretty okay. They're no Chronos, but you know, ultimately, every team in Junior is going to lose all the same to us. But they look like they could be pretty good in this. And you know what? If Athena keeps losing, I'm personally going to intervene, whip them into shape so that we can have double OMT playoffs.
I was actually gonna say, like, are you? Is there any plans for you to maybe do some trades with your sister team to see if you can get in there and save that season? Because the 0-2 start is real rough.
It is pretty rough. Yeah. There's no plans at all. But you never know. Okay. If they keep losing, I guess maybe I'll come in, right. Or we'll just ship them Acid or something.
Oh, Acid just changes teams like that? Pog?
No, but he'll make us better by leaving.
Oh, okay, dude, relax. Ivar, any thoughts on this division, dude?
I think VBU is somebody not to take lightly. I think they can definitely take games off teams. I think any of these 1-1 teams are scary. I think, like you mentioned, the clear favorite is Dorado here. But yeah, I haven't looked too heavily into Junior. I was focused on Sophomore when you had asked me to come on, so I'm going to refrain from commenting on teams before I say something that I shouldn't.
No, that's the whole point. Also, Red, I just realized you put OMT 8th. I take that as a personal insult. I am offended.
Look, I put him 8th, but OMT did do something this week that's gonna change that team around. They put Young Goblin in the top lane, and they put Yoroshiku in the jungle, and Yoroshiku is nuts. Like, that guy is insane. So I think that team's gonna get a little bit more competitive, but how it just feels like another Athena season. That's why I had to put him 8th. Like okay, Athena finishes last again, kind of deal. But I think with the changes that they made, they could be contenders. But right now, I'm putting them down as pretenders. Yeah, and actually, that's my player to highlight in Division 1, Yoroshiku. If he could turn OMT around, this division just gonna get a little bit more crazier. That's all. That'll be fun. Okay. Next, Division 2. Also, guys, please, what's up with? Can we get some better logos in Junior? Like, Jesus, there's some really bad logos in this.
Where's the BBC clock?
Yeah,
let's bring that back.
Yeah, anyway, starting off, number 1, Ouroboros Gaming. Number 2, CB Rush. Tied for 3rd, Nameless Empire and Divine Ascension Emerald. Tied for 5th, RPG Firefoxes and Kung Fu Cats Augusta. 7th, New World Esports Henry. And 8th, Shogun Warriors. Okay, any thoughts, boys? Any thoughts?
Why is Nameless third? They've got a better record than CB Rush, right?
CB Rush lost to OBG, and they had like 3 subs. So I don't think me or PVS are considering that like a real match.
No, I don't mean in your rankings. I mean in like the actual placement.
Oh, because me and PVS both put him second. See?
Ah, I see. I did not understand at all how this worked.
Yeah. These are power
I get
rankings,
it now.
dude, not the standings. You want the standings,
Right.
you could just go
Exactly.
to the master sheet.
It's okay. My brain has expanded now. Thank you.
Yeah, Nameless has beaten New World Esports Henry and Shogun, which we both consider to be the bottom 2 teams. And then OBG lost to CBR lost to OBG, but they had like 3 subs. And we all know how like CBR is, right? Like we all know they're going to be like probably top seed at the end of the season, let's be honest. So it's hard to really put Nameless above them right now. Nameless has a little bit more to prove, which they could do this week against CB Rush. So yeah. If they could do that, then that'll be impressive, but I'm not betting on it. So and as Zol said, CB my sons. There you go. A very intellectual take from the chat. Any players you want to highlight here, E-Girl Bender?
Players I want to highlight. Let me think.
He's going to the roster pages because.
I mean, I gotta. Literally, I'm telling you, no one matters except us.
I got one.
Okay.
The ADC for Kung Fu Pat's Big Daddy Yami. The OG of the OG, the throwback to the EQL days. Just want to give him a shout out. He is nuts. If he could get back to his form from before, that guy is insane.
Actually, KFCA,
that's my shout out.
KFCA is we got him low, but I think that team could be pretty damn good. I mean, Stunna is pretty good. Dracula seems pretty good, and Yami, yeah, if he could get back to form, like you said, then like I don't know, that team could be pretty dangerous. But what about you, E-Girl Bender? Anybody you want to highlight?
Yeah, I'm gonna give a shout out to John Wick once again for the username.
Okay.
And then he seems to be playing pretty Chad champions, Renekton, Darius. I respect that. Top laners should only play Chad champs, no tanks in junior. Okay. Only Chads.
Actually, I think that's like a pretty common thing, right? Like juniors tops do tend to shy away from tanks because they think they're better.
Sometimes they pick Gnar too.
Oh, that's true. So
he's both.
Dude, come on! Don't talk about Kenrick like this, please.
Whoa! I didn't say his name.
Come on.
Whoa!
Eesh, you guys are toxic. We're not even on Division 3 yet.
He said it, not me.
All right, we're gonna whip out the Gnar in playoffs. We're gonna redeem Kenrick. It's gonna be a whole.
Kenrick's killing it this season. I think he solo carried,
but not on Gnar.
Yeah, just in general.
Solo carry with me in the game? I don't think so.
I can pull up the screenshots. I was watching the stream game.
The thing you don't know is I was also playing on his computer as well.
Okay. Before we get into this...
two instances of account sharing. Jot that down.
It was keyboard sharing. It's different.
Okay. Let's just move on to Division 3 since we're talking about OMTC so much. First place, OMT Chronos. Number 2, No Org Frost. Number 3, Rodham Darkwind. Tied for 3rd as well, William and Mary Esports. 5th, Iceborne Legends. 6th, Team Ambition Valor. And tied for 7th, Kung Fu Cats Legio X and Flora Eternal. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like this division's kind of close. I think maybe OMTC just like takes the number 1 spot, but I think the other 3 are like completely up in the air.
I think No Org just won. Again, there's a couple teams that stream also in this division. I was really surprised to see Flora Eternal at the bottom. You know, they've got Debay on there, cracked ADC. I don't know what's going on with them, but I hope later on in the season they can pick it up and start doing good. And obviously, I mean, Kronos at the top. I mean, come on, it's not even a competition. We're gonna go undefeated. I think honestly, we're gonna go undefeated all the way through playoffs as well. Not even sweating. No single sweat. And then maybe about 100 miles beneath us, maybe no org. They're looking pretty okay. They just won against Return of the Middle Sticks, but they had to FF one of the games.
Yeah.
So I'm not convinced yet that they're that good. And I hope Flora Eternal steps up later on, actually. But other than that, I don't think there's anyone else that really stands out. I think Iceborne Legends also played pretty well against us. Yeah, I guess Team Ambition also played fine. They just, neither of those teams that we played against, I felt like did anything spectacular, anything crazy. I think it was more just us memeing than anything. So this is the group of death just because we exist in it.
Okay.
That's what I think.
Okay. So this is gonna be a hot take. I know No Arc Frost just beat Rotom Darkwind. I still think Rotom Darkwind's better. Rotom, word of warning, guys, maybe just play your placements. Because Rotom had to finish their placements as their match was about to start, and they had to FF the first game. And I imagine that that probably messed with their mental. So I don't really know how much merit I could put into the No Orc Frost versus Darkwind series, because getting a free FF, and then I'm sure the guy, their ADC who just finished their placements, was stressing or whatever. I mean, it could be, people are saying it was pretty one-sided, but I mean, that could be a lot of mental.
It's just one game.
It's just mental. It's hard to say one game. But, Nordic Frost might be better, but it's, like I said, it's just hard to put a lot of value into a game, into a series where they had to FF like that. But, Nordic Frost is still rated higher. PVS has them at number 1. And PVS put them at number 1 because he cannot allow 2 teams to be ranked first on his power rankings, no matter what. And that is OMT Chronos.
That makes sense.
And Mint Gaming Mirage, which is a little bit of spoilers for later on. But he's not allowed. He doesn't allow those teams to be at the top of his power rankings. Even if everybody else was winless and they were undefeated, he would still copium somehow and say that they were second place. But yeah, so I think this division is fun. I would like to see how William and Mary Esports do, as time goes on, because they're a relatively unknown team, at least in RA. I don't know if you guys have experience with them in other leagues, but they seem to be starting pretty strong. So that'll be interesting to see. And then, you can never count out Team Ambition Valor, and
Yeah, when we play them, I think they didn't have Dallas, and he seems to be one of their best players.
Oh, yeah, Dallas. You mean the sophomore Season 1 champion? Now he's, D4 or something? Kind of cracked.
Did his promos, or was it
Pretty
his promos?
good.
Yeah. But, so I think, so if you're in this division, I got some advice for you, okay? If you're going up against Iceborne and Haman Karn is playing, just ban Fiddlesticks. It's just really not worth it. And if you're going up against Chronos, just camp top. Just camp top, dude.
That's not gonna work. You're gonna lose everywhere else. The only way to beat us is to ego it.
No,
go full ego.
No, he's wrong. This is what he's trying to This is copium from him. If you just camp top, Kenrick will literally run it down. I promise you, he will literally run it down.
Kenrick is a rock. It's Ken Rock, actually, is what we call him. He is actually, you know what? You're right. Camp top lane. Actually, thank you, Red.
And
you're correct. Camp top lane.
Ban Aatrox. Okay.
Red, you're a loser.
I know.
Oh, sorry, I was just reading chat.
Yeah.
I was just reading chat. My bad.
Okay, let's move on to Division 4. We're going to have some butthurt people in the chat soon. So, Division 4, starting off, we got another Dorado team at the top. Dorado Gaming Epsilon tied for first with Virtue Gaming Grit. Third, Team Shadow Specters. Fourth, Dinglings. Fifth, Absolute Zero. Tied for fifth, Omega Gaming Unknown. And tied for seventh, E7 Lapis and Rising Tide Seagulls. So, so everybody who's, if you ever look at the power rankings, it's just better to not look at PVS's rankings for your own sanity. He's never going to put the actual top team at the top. It's just not going to happen. So just don't put too much merit into it. But, we got technically three undefeated teams right now. One of them is going to lose soon because VGG and TSS have to play. But any standouts?
Yeah, Dorado is another one I watched play. They also seem okay. I mean, obviously, you know my ego. There's no one we're worried about. Obviously, Emega Gaming Unknown, they did pretty good last season, I think. And I think they can do a lot better as the series continues. Absolute Zero got cracked Kai on the team. I was going to pronounce the rest of his name, but I don't want to butcher it. So they've got Kai. I think they were doing pretty good in the matches that I watched. They won one series and then they lost the other series, but it was pretty close. I actually think they're probably going to go up as well. So I think Omega Gaming Unknown is going to go up. Absolute Zero is going to go up. And I think that's about it. I don't really know that much about the other teams.
Okay, so if they're going up, who's going down?
Everyone's going down. What do you mean? Kronos at the top.
Okay.
Does it matter?
I mean, it kind of matters because you mean like
if you're not number one, you're number 32nd.
Oh, okay.
Or however many teams we have.
Yeah, base take, dude. Base take. Ivar, you got a little home cooking here. Omega Gaming Unknown. What's going on? Are they gonna get better? Are they gonna are they good enough?
We haven't even played. We haven't even used our starting roster yet, and we Absolute Zero barely beat us. Go watch back the stream games, and even with our sub roster, we were able to beat E7. Our due to some miscommunication between us and RA, our top laner still is not eligible because he has to finish his games. So he needed to get 75 games in. So we were having our coach play, who doesn't play League of Legends that heavily anymore. He's just a stand-in, which is why there was some exploitable parts of the map that were able to be exploited, which were. But once we get our starting lineup back, I think we can clean sweep this division. I think Dorado is the only thing I'm worried about.
Yo, I'm gonna be honest. Didn't love how you said there was a miscommunication between you and RA. That was kind of puts me, in a bad light. Not gonna lie.
Okay, it wasn't you. Okay, I'll just say that.
Okay. Thank you.
I'll clear it up here. It's not RA. It's not anyone's fault. I think it's just go on record here. I think it's the team's responsibilities to make sure their players are eligible, regardless what the league says. Like for all teams.
I get it. So, it's Hirsch's fault. I can read between the lines. I get it.
Not Hirsch's fault. But yeah, it is the team's responsibilities.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So that's my excuse. If we fuck up, it's actually your fault because you didn't check your team well enough.
I didn't check them at all, if I'm being honest.
So player to highlight in this division. I think I know what Ivar's gonna say. I feel like I know what Egro Bender's gonna say, so I'm gonna guess what I think.
Oh, really?
Ivar's gonna say Raised EXO, player to highlight.
Mm-hmm.
I think Egro Bender's going to say Kaiwin as the player to highlight. Could be wrong, but that's what I'm thinking.
You're wrong. I've already highlighted him. Someone else.
Oh. Kai.
No, he already said Kai.
Oh, I didn't hear.
It's got to be Demo. Guys, come on.
Oh, Demo.
Oh, yeah.
Demo. Mid laners got to work together. And actually in Division 3, I would also highlight Fonzo. Even though they're losing on Kung Fu Cats, actually, I think he's pretty good. He's one of the few mid laners who is willing to make a play when they're losing, willing to make a play without his jungler. So Fonzo goes for some pretty aggressive plays, and I like that. And I think Demo as well is good mid.
Okay.
So those are the players I'm highlighting.
Simping
if you're not a mid laner, you don't even exist.
Simping for mids. Okay, cool. Anything else before we move on to senior?
Yeah, actually, what do you guys think are the top 4 teams in all 4 divisions in total?
Just the top 4 in junior in general, you mean?
In junior, yeah.
Okay, that's easy.
Not just from power rankings or standings, just what is your gut feeling right now?
Top 4 teams.
And why is it Kronos number 1?
It's Kronos number 1.
Thank you.
It's both Dorado teams, and then it's CB Rush.
Really?
Yep.
I think that's a fair statement.
Yeah.
Really? Wow. You guys have that much faith in Rutledge mid?
Yeah.
I have a lot of faith in Rutledge's ability to manage teams. Yep. I'll just leave it at that.
Very interesting. The correct answer was Kronos, 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 Kronos. Unfortunate that you guys got it wrong, but I respect your bad opinion.
Okay.
Okay.
That's pretty weird. I don't remember asking, but thanks. So moving on to seniors. Division 1, number 1, the team that everyone expects at number 1 every season, every week. It's Mint Gaming Mirage. Is anybody shocked here? This is the back-to-back senior champion. And, starting off 2-0. Last season, they, literally entered the regular season and then won playoffs. This season, they're not doing that anymore. They're going back to their Season 1 form. Just going to dominate all season. That's my prediction. Smurf check on Grandmasters players. Interesting. Return to the Middle Sticks in second. Third, Kosa Gamers. Fourth, Akuma Blades. E7 Serats in fifth. And OMT Chaos in sixth.
Another OMT team at the bottom, huh?
Look. Here's my thoughts, right? This OMT Chaos team is basically OMT Ares, right? But
yeah,
they're not undefeated anymore. So it's just an 0-2 OMT Ares team, and the OMT Ares team had real bad mental that last season after they lost. So I don't know how much I can put into can they bounce back? They have Flyer's insane. They have Indigo. I mean, these players are nuts, right?
Indigo is cracked.
Sleepyhead, Flyer, Indigo, Toy. I don't know Gija, but he's on the team, right? So
well, he's French, so he's got to be good.
Yeah. So all 5 of these players are just completely cracked, but they're 0-2. So it's they played MGM and they played AKM, but from what I understand, AKM is for funding it this season. So losing to that team is it's kind of bad. So I don't know. And 5 week season, this is a shorter season than the rest. Starting off 0-2 is pretty disastrous.
Is Mint Gaming the only team to whip out the support top lane strat?
No. There's people, I think in Sophomore that are doing it, and people.
Oh, sorry, I meant in senior.
Sure.
I guess there's only 6 teams, so it's a pretty small sample size.
I would say yeah, I guess. I don't know if he can get away with it against Rodham. But I think he's kind of getting away with it because he's playing the teams that he's playing. That's my hot take.
And is PVS rank also just based off of logos again? Because he put Kosa Gamers number 1.
He's a big Kosa simp. Big Kosa simp.
Oh, okay.
Remember,
Kosa had a nice run last split.
Yeah, he was the only one to get the senior playoff bracket correctly because he's the only one who predicted Kosa to go all the way through to finals, and then they did, and so he's been a Kosa simp ever since then. But he can never put Mint first, Mirage first, ever. That's just not gonna happen. Some interesting news that I got from E7S. They are actually going to be playing with their full roster now, quote unquote. That's what I was told. So, maybe they'll start winning? ? It's a little late. It's a little late. In 5 week season, starting off 0-2 is extremely punishing. Extremely. So, we'll see. But it is 4. 4 out of the 6 teams make playoffs, so anything can happen, really. Any thoughts, guys?
No, I think with 6 teams in each division, these power rankings get pretty what's the correct word? Pretty almost mirrored to standings as the split goes on.
Yeah, probably. Any players you want to highlight in Group 1?
2004 Lexus GX 470.
And why that?
The name.
Oh, just the name. Okay. The guy loves this car. Okay. So I don't blame him. Yeah, there he is in the chat. Yes, sir. All right, let's go. All right, and yeah, my player to highlight is it's probably X Fluke, right? Like if AKM wants to make playoffs, right, we just need to see consistent performance out of Miko, and he looked pretty good in his last series. Not gonna lie, on LeBlanc. So yeah, that's the player to watch for me.
Obviously, it's Indigo for me. He is cracked. Even when Chaos loses, he always has like good KDA, good stats. So hopefully they can pull it together because he is insane.
Okay. Now, final division. I can't believe we got this almost done in under an hour. Senior Division 2. This is it's a little wonky, but it is funny how me and PVS kind of align here. Team Ambition Black at the top. And then tied for second, we have Virtue Gaming Ambition and Glue Eaters. In fourth, New Age Esports. Fifth, Imagine Mountain. And sixth, Nameless Frogs. Might be a little strange to see an 0-1 team at second. But in my opinion, that roster is like pretty stacked. And I've seen how they played in other leagues. I wouldn't be surprised if they come out in second. And I do have confidence that they will. So, I mean, yeah, they did lose to Glue in a 2-1, but I don't know. I just think Glue's going to drop a game along the way, and then VGA is going to take advantage. That's my hot take. Okay.
My hot take is Glue Eaters is going to win everyone. The whole thing is going to beat everyone. Just because the team with the memeiest name is the one that wins. That's just how it works. And then Team Ambition Black is going to be number 2, just because at least they have the black part of BBC. So they can channel some of our energy and maybe make it to number 2. That's what I'm thinking. That's my hot take.
My not so hot take is Team Ambition Black wins this group. That's the back-to-back UAL champions. So I definitely think that roster is insane, and a lot of comp experience and a lot of synergy going on with those players. So if they can continue their dominant reign in amateur, I expect them to be topping this group and making a run through playoffs.
Okay. Any player we want to highlight?
Feel like I want to shout out the former Nightless boys on Glue Eaters, Waco G and Sir Zep.
Oh, right.
Solid players. Yep. Solid players. Back together on a different team.
And their bench player, Zep. That guy's pretty nuts too, you know.
Yep, the silver 3 prodigies, Zep on the bench. Yep. But yeah, that would be my highlight, my shout out.
Okay. Egro Bender.
Oh, also Ginger. We love Ginger
course,
here.
Ginger.
Number 2 Ginger.
Right.
I'm going to shout out Waco G, just because he's always typing in banter chat, even after he loses, whether he wins or loses, always typing. I respect that. Teams should banter more, talk more shit. And, score doesn't matter. It's all about the BM. It's all about sending a message.
Okay. Facts. And then for me, pretty simple. Let me pull up the rosters real quick. Pretty simple. I have to highlight All for One just because my boy in the chat said highlight him. That player is he's going to be pretty important to Team Ambition's success. He seems to be like not the best performing player on that team, but if we want to see them win the whole thing, his play is going to be pretty crucial. So I'm excited to see how that goes out, because the rest of his team is just dominating, right? Like Castle and Mark Boots. And, he's played Seraphine 3 games? Okay, well, then never mind. He's just a great role player, right? So even better, right? Like, just highlight how good his play, like, actually matters, because he's actually an e-girl player. So if he doesn't play those champions well, he'll just run it down. So, highlighting All for One. Okay, cool. This is the end of power rankings, but really quickly, I wanted to do just predictions real quick, because we usually do them, but we haven't been the last couple seasons. I mean, we haven't. We usually have like a graphic for it, but we didn't have it this time.
Right.
So, you're just gonna have to deal with like doing it live. We're just gonna do it live, right? So, be prepared for that. That'll be poggers. Okay, ready, and okay, go. We're going to do week 3 predictions live. Can you guys see it?
In a couple seconds.
Okay.
I see it now.
Okay, cool. First up, TDS versus Infinite Solo Queue. That's the match of the week. That'll be on stream, as you can see in the orange. I'm going to go with a 2-1 for TDS.
Okay.
Have they dropped the game yet?
No. Well, I don't know if they've dropped a game yet, but like they're 1-0 in match score, so.
Okay.
And then, we're just going to go like this. We're just going to just do a little speed run. I'm going to just do it like this. 2-0, 2-0, 2-0. Okay. I feel like a lot of the matches are very straightforward, especially in Division 2. Is there any contesting from you guys for freshmen?
Nope. I think that's correct.
Okay. Egrobin?
Yeah, I agree. Seems good.
Okay, cool. Now, this match happened, but I didn't actually check the score, but I do know Fever won. I don't know if it was 2-0 or 2-1. Does anybody know?
Fever won. That's all I know.
Okay, yeah, that's all I know, too. DZG will win 2-0. Monkey Water will win 2-0. CC will win 2-1. 2-1. 2-1.
I think collective ones, yeah.
Yeah. And then 2-0. 2-1. Going for upsets there. 2-1. 2-0. This is easy, guys. This is like a spelling test for me. 2-1. 2-1. 2-0. Okay, well that one's a 2-0. 2-0. And then 2-1. All right. How are we feeling about Sophomore?
Well, I can't see it.
Oh, come on.
I can see it.
Now I can see it. There you go. No, I think that's
I got a couple upsets in there on paper, right?
I think Rival beats Roar.
I think Doki's gonna surprise Rivals. That's why I got a 2-1.
Okay.
What do you think in Egro Bender?
Too many letters, too many numbers, head empty. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay, good. Solid analysis.
Good.
Solid analysis. Junior, 2-1 for Shadows. 2-1 for RMC. 2-1 for TDR, and then a 2-0 for Dogs. 2-1 for OG. 2-0 for CBR. 2-1 for KFCA. No, that's a 2-0. 2-0 for Firefoxes. Oh, that's a good matchup. I'm gonna come back to this one. We'll come back to this one. No Orc 2-1. Team Ambition Valor is gonna start winning. Yeah, Valor's just gonna start winning.
Chronos loses one game here.
I agree.
You think?
I agree. OG, I'm going 2-1.
Yep, that's fair.
E7 2-0. Oh, well, there's some good matches in Junior next week. Oof.
Virtue Gaming actually wins this, I think.
Just because you said that, I'm going 2-1 Doge. 2-0 TSS. Coming back to this one, I'm going 2-1 RMD. All right. What are we thinking, boys?
There is a lot.
A lot of letters, a lot of numbers.
A lot of letters, a lot of numbers. Right.
Yes, exactly. You guys get it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think VBUM seemed pretty confident they're going to start winning. So I would give them 2-1 because I don't know nothing about them. But you know what? I believe in ego. I respond to ego.
Mr. Mash.
Yeah. I like their logo as well. And then Athena, they're playing. What's that team?
That's Dorado Gaming Circuit.
Dorado Gaming.
Come on, dude. Don't do
That's
this.
rough.
Yeah.
That's rough. I mean, I know I'll agree with you. I guess O2. They haven't been looking great. So OBG I think is going to 2-0 though. I feel pretty confident that they can 2-0. And CBR, I don't have your guys' confidence in them, but I also don't have any confidence in New England or whatever their name is.
Right, Nameless Empire.
Nameless Empire. There you go. Pretty close, honestly. New England is a nameless empire. And obviously you think we're going to lose? Come on, that's not happening. Not even for $1 million. So we're going to 2-0.
Yeah. Okay. I think KFCL
and I hope
KFCL is better than their O2 record shows. Like a lot better.
Yeah, but the level at which they need to be better to beat us, it does not exist. There's only us at that level.
Oh, okay.
So how they play against other teams is completely irrelevant because the other teams aren't us. And they just can't beat us.
Okay, cool.
So they're going to get 2-0'd. I hope FE starts winning. But we'll have to see. So actually, I don't know. It could go either way for that one in my mind. And all the others, I don't really have any opinions.
Okay.
Oh yeah, OG. I think OG 2-0s. I think they should be dinglings pretty reliably, I think.
Well,
Dinglings.
I think like OG lost to Cold, right? And then Ding beat Cold like pretty handily. So I think it's an upset to say OG wins there. But yeah. Okay. You know, moving on to senior. I'm going CG 2-1. This is a 2-1. This is a 2-0.
All right, here's the hot take. Here's the hot take.
Yeah,
Here's the hot take. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
If Hexmist is playing, I think Akuma beats Mint Mirage.
That sounds like an extreme copium.
No.
No? Okay.
No.
All right. You know what? I like it. And then, yeah. Pretty straightforward, I would say. I think I got the upset of Kosa beating Rodham. Because I think, it'd be cool to have like a 3-way tie at the top. And then MGM standing alone. You know what? I'm sorry. Steel City Warrior. I'm doing it. I want to see the ties at the top.
Wow.
I want to see the ties in Division 1. Like a 4-way tie for first would be so sick. So that's what I'm going for.
Well, hey, since you're going around giving people, free wins and hope, why not show some love to OMT? They need it.
You happy?
Thank you. we need it.
Are you happy?
Yes.
Okay.
We did it.
Okay, good. All right, well,
Camp.
that is the end of our show. Thank you so much for coming out, guys, and watching. I will be posting, probably not the predictions, but definitely the power rankings, like in your chats and on Twitter. So check those out. And thank you to my guests for coming out today, Ivar and Ego Bender. So yeah, anything you guys want to say before we go?
Yeah. I want to say if any junior teams are watching and they want to scrim us, we will scrim any team that either wants to money match or just show match. So if you stream it, we will scrim. Otherwise, it's only Lost Ark for us.
How about senior teams?
Any senior team want to be embarrassed? I think we're always open to that challenge.
Okay. I'd love to see a Chaos versus Chronos match.
Let's make it happen.
Will you money match seniors?
If they pay us, yeah, we'll money match seniors. Why not?
Okay. I don't think there's a single team in seniors that you could take a game off of. Like no.
I meant, sorry. Maybe I didn't say it correctly. I mean, like literally, if they pay us,
Oh, okay.
like we don't pay them. They
That's
just
not a
pay
money
us.
match.
It's a one-sided.
Well, it is for us. We're getting money and it's a match. They're spending money and it's a match. I think that works.
Oh, you're on some copium shit right now.
Oh, look, PBS is simping for CG in the chat again. Oh, but yeah. So you heard it here first. Junior teams. Apparently, they're too scared to play senior teams for money, but junior teams, they'll play anyone for money. This is not a joke.
But to be fair, we'll also play for, like I said, for streams. Our vanity, or at least my vanity, my ego needs it. So if we're going to scrim, it's only worth it if it's being streamed.
Yeah, also, if you're playing Mirage, just know if you're on stream that they're going to watch the whole VOD because they love watching teams lose to them. They told me
Very
that's
nice.
the only thing that keeps them going is watching enemy losing comms. It's so, you know.
Wow, that is literally us as well. That is interesting.
So keep that in mind. But thank you guys for coming out. It was quite a lot of fun. And yeah, I think. How do I want to do this real quick? You know, just do this and then thank you, Mark Boots. I appreciate that. Appreciate that a lot, actually. And then I think I want to raid someone. Who is there? There's no league streamers tonight because all of the spectate is dead. So
I think
Tyler One needs help.
Is Victorious live? I can't tell.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, they're doing the player POV streams. I don't know if you want to raid that, but
Yeah.
CB Vegas is playing there. Or
like Risen. It's
not live.
All right, guys, I'm just gonna end the stream because nobody wants to watch that. Let's be honest. So see you guys later. Thanks for coming. Bye.